Well, that's Cuphead. All in all, I'd say it's an excellent game. I hear many people complain about the difficulty, but I think it's just right. Hard enough so you won't beat it on the first try, but easy enough to tell that you're making some progress. Plus, I think it makes the victory at the end taste even sweeter than if it was just an easy game. Along the way, I hear there are a few references to other games hidden within this one. The cat from the Werman Werther boss, if I'm saying that right, I hear is similar to a boss from one of the Batman games. I believe it was from the animated series. In Clip Joint Calamity, I feel the bosses there are subtle reference to Battletoads. In the original game, Player 1 is the green toad, while Player 2 is the brown toad, same color as these bosses. Their attack patterns, at least for the first form anyway, comes from Street Fighter. Also, if you look very closely at the slot machine symbols, they are related to some of the Street Fighter characters. I'm pretty sure other people on the internet have done an in-depth analysis of that already, so I'm not going to waste too much time on that here. Another reference will be Grim Matchstick. On the first level of the Dr. Wily stage in Mega Man 2, there's a dragon that has to be fought in a very similar fashion to Grim. I may be reading into this one too much, but I feel like there's a reference to GoldenEye. As I've already discussed, the Hell theme sounds a lot like the James Bond theme, but there is another reference. If you look behind the Elder Kettle's house, there is an island that can't be reached, and a little ways from it, there is a boat nearby. That would imply that's how you get there. This is very similar to the first level of GoldenEye. There is an island that is not accessible during normal gameplay that would have been reached by a boat. Another reference I may be reading into too much is the final boss. Notice that you end up making him cry. Maybe this is a subtle reference to Devil May Cry? Or maybe it's just a bad pun. I don't know. Take your pick. As for the animation references, I feel like the pirate from Shootin' and Lootin' is a callback to Popeye. Popeye's rival looks a lot like the boss here. I want to say his name was Brutus offhand? Speaking of Popeye, I feel like Sally's stage play has a very similar figure to Olive Oyl. I also feel that Hildeberg kinda has a very similar hairstyle to Betty Boop. In Forest Follies, there are a few woodpeckers that remind me of, well, you guessed it, Woody Woodpecker. Dr. Call's robot looks like either the Tin Man from The Wizard of Oz, or something you might find out of Astro Boy. In the Wally Warble stage, when you get to the third form, or the sun as he refers to himself, looks a lot like a possessed Tweety bird to me. I think that's what it is. I'm not sure why, but there's just something that looks very familiar about him. I want to mention I'm not an expert on this era of cartooning. I know more of the 50s and 60s from old Saturday morning cartoons. There's something about the laser gun from the Wally Warble stage that just seems like it's from the wrong time period. I am also surprised that they used the word hell. Not only because this is a rated E game, but because that word was just a little too controversial for the time. Take a look at this old Bugs Bunny cartoon. For context, Yosemite Sam has essentially died and made a deal with the devil to save his soul. Boy, that sounds really familiar. Anyway, the deal is to essentially kill Bugs Bunny. Apparently the devil has been after him for quite a few years.
I'm on next.
Oh, no, you're not. You've got a date with that unmentionable place. So long, Rabbit.
Oops, I flipped his lid.
Notice that instead of saying hell, he said the unmentionable place. Before I wrap up, I want to talk about replayability. After beating the game on normal, an expert mode is unlocked. Also, there are hidden coins to find, and the ability to unlock a black and white mode, and a limited color scheme mode. All this adds substantially to the game time. I think that'll be a good note to end upon. Thank you for watching my little series. I hope you enjoyed it, and who knows, maybe I even helped you out a little bit. Till next time, keep having fun.